I'll address metabolism. So, we all have one, we all have a metabolism, and it's one of those things that's a delicate balance. Part of it is genetic, and part of it can be controlled. Your response to exercise and diet is conditional upon your genes. However, the current balance of opinion in the scientific community is there is no fat gene. A combination of diet and exercise will yield the best results for you. Now, I'll put that diagram up. We are, generally speaking, all human beings are divided into one of these three categories, and it tends to be one that predominates as a balance of all three. They are called somatotypes, and they are designed to explain your genetic makeup and blueprint. And if you just think about your circle of family and friends, you probably know somebody who approximates each of these. So to give you a timely example from the Olympics, think shot putter, okay? So short, thick, always bigger, heavy bones, big boned, okay? Wide hips, low center of gravity, large appetite. So think shot putter. Mesomorphic individuals tend to have naturally low body fat, higher muscle mass. Think 100-meter sprinter, that sort of physique. They're the lucky ones that tend to respond extremely well to any form of exercise and also carry low body fat through their whole life. Ectomorphic, think that triple jumper, Philip Sadowu, or think Sebastian Coe, middle distance runner. So tend to have relatively longer limbs, more narrow torso, tend to be tall and bony, and carry very little flesh. And those people will find it hard to build muscle mass, but will find it very easy to lose weight. Most of us know somebody who falls into those categories. So what I'm trying to say by this is, if you are very ectomorphic, if you are 6'2" and 8 stone dripping wet, it is unlikely that you will end up looking like Arnold Schwarzenegger. So you need to modify your expectations of what you can achieve. If you are endomorphic and have always been strong and played rugby prop forward, it is unlikely that you are ever going to look like Jessica Ennis. But you have to make the best of what you have been given by controlling your blood sugar and doing the appropriate amount and type of exercise. So that's meant to make you feel a bit better, but not to give you an excuse, okay? Because the media wants to give you an excuse that there's a fat gene, but there isn't one. Everything's regulated by hormones. I mentioned that with relation to insulin. Things like these three things here, sugar, caffeine, and stress, all create a poor hormonal environment for a lean and healthy body. And those three things probably form a large part of the morning of most employed people in the southeast of England. Okay? So a high sugar breakfast with your obligatory morning coffee and the stress of being late to work or the traffic or whatever else. So you have to remember that managing those three things, perhaps cutting out energy drinks, Red Bull, remember that caffeine's in Coca-Cola and it's also in Relentless and all these other things, sports drinks. Taking out sugar from your diet and having the time to make a meal and prepare it, taking a few minutes out of the day, and also managing your stress through exercise are better ways of achieving your ideal body composition. So we'll do a little bit on, I think we're building up towards an exercise section. You can help your metabolism in two ways. You can feed yourself fresh protein, vegetables and fruits. They should make up the bulk of your diet. Notice that I put vegetables rather than pasta or rice or potato, or obviously potatoes are vegetables, they're good. Thinking pastas and bread. And you can use what we call interval training and strength training, that's lifting weights, to elevate your metabolism. That little anagram there, EPOC, that stands for excess post-exercise oxygen consumption. All that means is the amount of energy you continue to burn when you have finished exercise. And just depending on the mode of exercise you use, you can affect that. What we mean by interval training is simply during your exercise session, you have periods of higher intensity, moving faster or lifting heavier weights, alternated with periods of rest and recovery, allowing you to do more work in a shorter time than if you were to go constantly at one pace. And this is found to be remarkably effective in terms of losing body fat. It doesn't mean that you need to sprint. Remember that intensity is relative to the individual. So what is 10 out of 10 for you might be 5 out of 10 for somebody else, okay? But it's your 10 out of 10 effort that's important.